have to give the thought for the day. My dad died about 16 years ago, and maybe I'm not alone in this, but you know, your parents sometimes, you know, they have these routines. You know, my dad would have these little songs he'd sing, or these little ditties, these little poems he'd recite. And we, as kids, we'd roll our eyes, oh my God, here he goes again. And he had expressions. You know, my dad worked in a dairy, and if a stranger walked up to him and says, you know, what do you do for a living? He says, I'm in the milk business. All we have, we owe to udders. And of course, we would die 1,000 deaths. And I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers, and they'd ask my dad, how many kids do you have? He goes, I have 8 kids. 3 hits and 5 misses.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Corn dog. It was very embarrassing. And he had a routine every single day at 4:30. He'd call my mom, and it was called the milk order. So as long as my dad was alive, you know, my mom never in her life had to buy milk, cheese, eggs, ice cream, butter. You know, my dad would bring it home. So he would do the milk order. And, you know, in those days, you know, you had the 60s, you know, you had the long-ass phone cord, and she'd go over to the refrigerator, and she'd say, we need 8 cartons of milk. And he'd always, it was the same thing every day. He'd get kind of annoyed. He goes, no, don't tell me what you need, tell me what you have. She'd roll her eyes, all right, we got 3 cartons of milk. Okay, you need 10 cartons of milk. So this was his thing. He knew exactly what you needed if you told him what you had. Okay. So it's less than 20 days to Christmas, and my phone is blowing up, and texts, and it's Christmas, and I get it, and it's tough, and we're all kind of, here's what I need. I mean, it invites you to kind of look at what you have, just because then it puts things in perspective. Then you can put first things first. Helen Keller, who was deaf, born deaf and blind, she wrote once, you know, I'm just too grateful for all the things that I have to waste any time on lamenting the things I've been denied. And I think that's, you know, good. The other day I was in Dulles Airport in Washington, D.C., and I was kind of lost. So I found one of those informational maps, you know, and your eyes go to what? The star, and the 3 most consoling words in the English language. You are
here.
And I went, oh, okay. I feel much better. Yeah, here's what you have. You are here. A homegirl I knew who worked in the old days in the Boyle tortilla factory, and then we got her a better job, and then she moved on to a career, a house, and a handful of kids. And one of her co-workers, kind of a privileged West Side lady, said, now, and she grew up in the projects, this young woman, the homegirl, and said, and now are you going to give your kids everything you didn't have? She said, nope, I'm going to give my kids everything I had. I think my dad's right. Don't tell me what you need, tell me what you have, and in the end, you are here.